Hello there folks. Now just before we dive into the finals, given that we've pretty much watched through the whole of the lower bracket, let's go back and see how the other team in the finals got to where they are. That is Team Cheese and Puns, consisting of Admiral General and Kazipko. In their first round they went up against the B-Man team. It's B-Man and B-Man. In their first game, they were very aggressive early on and even went for an early T2 rush. They managed to contain their opponents and ultimately pressed for the win very, very quickly indeed on Forgery. In their second game in that round on Crevage, they used an early proxy teleporter, which was not scouted until it was too late. They sent their commander through and dropping their own combat fabricator into the enemy base, forcing Purple to go on the hard defense. B-Man team also went up against an unfavourable commander battle. Unfortunately, they tried to get up their T2 to counter, which did manage to force Blue to retreat, but by that point Blue had expanded beyond control, again containing their opponent, locking down any attacks, and ultimately finishing the game with a nuke. In the quarterfinals versus Team Neverwin, comprising of Wormia and Lordathon from Northern Walk, Neverwin started strong, but ultimately lost due to a lack of intel and preparation regarding the T2 Slammers and Locusts. In their second game on Taxman system, having perhaps a more difficult spawn to work with, Neverwin failed to adapt to the strategic demands of the map, allowing Kazipko and Admiral General a foothold and a choke point on their continent. They tried to hold off, but were unable to really make a scratch on Cheese and Pun's base or economy, let alone regain control of their own continent. Moving into the semis, where they faced Pizza Money, one of the favourites for the final, and the winners of Team Duel, consisting of Andreas G and Burnt Custard. Pizza Money had a slower start on Amazon Safari and into the water. Heavy bot play from Cheese and Puns focused on heavier land paid off. They prevented many raids, while Pizza Money were undefended. Cheese and Puns seemed to do everything Pizza Money were doing, even better and faster, closing ranks and not conceding an inch. Continued expansion aided their production, and a critical blow with Locusts that Pizza Money had not expected or scouted left them open for further attacks. Even Krakens were used. By this point, Pizza Money were behind in tech, economy, production and military. Try as they might, this disparity was too great for Pizza Money to recover from. In the second game of the semi-finals on Choke, both teams had pretty much identical starts. An offensive naval gambit from Pizza Money got a couple of good hits, but Pizza Money again fell behind in the tech game, giving Cheese and Puns the edge needed to pull ahead in the seas and skies. Cheese and Puns lost a bit of territory on land, but the Kraken once again contributed to defence of their enclave. Pizza Money secured a good foothold on the land, but were unable to keep up with the water, though they did wrestle back air control, but it wasn't enough, and so conceded, passing Cheese and Puns into the final to face the team made of Pags, Klops and Eladea. Let's see how these teams fare on Frozen Oreo Yogurt, the first map in the final best of three. Let's jump right in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first of the best of three finals for the Bad Bots tournament hosted by ExodusEsports.com. You are listening to TheWrongCat and WPMarshall.
You are indeed, and this is the first of the finals, so let's have a look at our glorious teams who have fought so long and hard to get here and have both secured themselves a part of the prize fund. So in blue team, Kazipko and Admiral General representing Team Cheese and Puns, who managed to dethrone arguably one of the favourites for the finals, Pizza Money, Andreas G and Burnt Custard. On the South Spawn, of course, Orange team with Klops and Eladea, representing Team The Team, going bots, air and air. So let's have a look at the wider strategies on this map, WrongCat. What are you reckoning we're likely to see?
I'm expecting to see very quickly from both teams a move into the ocean because there are plenty of metal points there for the taking. They also afford the opportunity to make use of more amphibious strategies from a safer point. In particular, you've got these 2 points here, which amphibious units can make fantastic use of, and that forms a very convenient route into your opponent's base, particularly via a route which may not be that well defended.
Indeed. The back doors are going to be real on this map, I suspect, early on, before the naval really gets going and the air gets going. Got a couple of pings going off from orange, one over here saying, there's probably a fabricator over there, let's go and see if we can snipe it. Do we see any bombers coming out? No, we do not. Interesting, but we do have the hummingbirds who are going to go around and get a good bit of scouting off early game just to make sure that they know what their opponent is doing, where they're expanding, and what their build order is. Their build orders are kind of static, and as you'd expect really, 4 bots, 2 air. Meanwhile on the south spawn, 2 bots, 5 air. Ooh, 4 air rather, and 2 vehicles. 5 vehicles.
On this map before, I've seen people taking full advantage of this particular platform here because it's large, and you can basically use this as simultaneously a metal extraction point, and also there's plenty of space in there to build a few air factories as well. This tends to form a sort of mini proxy airbase to whoever gets hold of it first.
This is true. What we have seen though, Blue have already managed to get a pelican drop into the bits of resources there. Grab a couple, put up a Galata. Good bit of metal that's going to pay for itself over time. Have got a bit of raiding docks over here though. They were not able to take off the fabricator, so the fabricator lives to fab another day. Hey, I knew that would get a giggle out of you.
Yeah. Considering your earlier reference to the South Pole, I'm starting to think you've got things on the mind, Marshall. So we now have some amphibious docks coming up here to try and do a sneaky one coming up this ramp to deal with these metal extractors. There is no turret defense on that line. There's a single turret defense there, which will be enough to see them off if they decide to walk up. However, I think they've wisely decided not to bother, except that one Dox who can't quite decide which way up he should be. What on earth is he doing? This one here. I think
he's on his way. He's on his way.
Freed. Okay.
He's like the ant that sort of loses the pheromones from the one in front, and as a result loses the line. But looking in Blue's base, significant development. T2 bots on the way.
Already.
Slammers or
Locusts. Locusts seem to have been a very firm favourite in this tournament so far, and they have been used to great effect, particularly in fact by the teams. In fact, both of these teams, in fact, have made very effective use of Locusts in the games that we've seen leading up to this final.
Indeed. And I've seen other games where all of these players have been at one with the Locust. But interestingly, Orange do not know that T2 bots are going up, and they don't have any T2 plans of their own as of yet. Let's have a quick look to see if that is in fact the case. And indeed it is. They don't have any T2 plans. They may see some T2 naval, but I think at this moment they kind of want to get the expansion in the naval rather than get at the T2.
I think so. Interestingly, I've been informed that of all of the predictions lodged for the outcome of this tournament, there were 0 predictions which involved the Cheese and Puns team winning outright. At the moment, looking at the way the economies are functioning, the way that they have got the Tier 2 up and running already, building a fabricator first, and I'm expecting he will start to build Tier 2 metal very quickly once he's out of the gate, I'd say that actually, at least to start with, the Blue team are putting in a fairly convincing show so far.
Yeah, I mean, they've got units pretty much everywhere.
It's not even all that cheesy. This is a fairly good conventional bit of play.
I am really surprised from Kazipko that we don't see the cheese, although I think the interesting strats are going to be emerging with these Locusts. I think that's where we're going to see the interesting and sort of nuanced strategies, as it were.
For me, I think that this map is large enough that I think Titans are a very real possibility on this one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have seen
I think
Atlas Titans before on this map, so...
I think a Zeus would be quite a nasty one, actually.
Yes.
I think Ares would be limited because they have a very large footprint and would struggle on some of the ramps, which are a bit narrow. But I think a Zeus would be an absolutely disgraceful choice.
I think a Zeus might work.
Yeah. And Zeus would, again, because you've got all these canals and fiddly bits, which the land-based Titans would probably struggle with. I think the Zeus, however, would be a very strong contender.
Meanwhile, the Locusts in the base.
Already?
They've been repelled by
Yes.
bombers and ants, though, so they weren't getting in that way. They've been chased down by the bombers. Can the bombers finally kill them off? No, the Locusts are just too fast for the bombers. T2
They're gonna
Naval
find
is
some more-
completed.
They found some metal extractors to go and shoot at instead.
Shoot at? I think you mean nom 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 nom.
Yes, that. Also, some fabricators going down as well. All
Oh,
of
the
this
T2 Naval
na-
Factory!
all
If
of
they
this
kill off that naval factory, do they see it? They don't see it!
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Oh, no!
They're getting the rest of the naval, though. I think they're going to get
Oh,
it
here we
by
go.
accident, by
Here we
more
go.
than by design.
By sheer
There it
accident.
goes.
There it goes. That is a
gone. That is a
significant
huge
win.
setback.
That is a
Massive.
significant win for this
Why
point
have they
of the
got
game.
no naval defense whatsoever?
They would-
Why did they build
You're
all
too
of that
slow.
and not a single defensive unit? That was a colossal mistake.
That was a
Really costly.
big hurt. Shot to the ghoulies.
Yeah, it was.
Meanwhile, T2 bots going up on the other side of Orange Base, though. So maybe they can redeem themselves there by being able to push out with some slammers.
They are way behind, though. They are way behind on the tier 2.
What is this?
Um,
This is cheese.
it is. That looks pretty cheesy to me.
This is... They've taken a leaf out of Pizza Money's book, and they've put some cheese, and they've made a margarita.
I see. And what's going through those, I wonder?
Anything?
Well, they must have something in mind to send through there.
Well, they don't actually have a teleporter
Maybe.
opening, so...
No, exactly. There it goes.
There we go. Probably just a Docs and Sparks, just to get a... Maybe even a commander, perhaps?
I was thinking
T2 Faber?
that commander is lining up to go through those.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why. Hang on, I've already seen this.
I don't think
No,
so.
they haven't. They haven't seen it, but they
And
will do
don't-
this.
They don't know about the mines either. But the thing is, the T2 Naval has started from blue. Blue have air dominance at this point, I'd argue, and they're continuing to pump out locusts, who are going to continue to try and find ways into orange and decimate the base. And that is exactly what locusts are good at. A few here are going to meet this commander and wonder, oh dear, we probably shouldn't do that. Meanwhile, the ones on the other side, though, ooh, taking down even more expansion. Look at that economy from Klops and Eladea. It's falling so
It
far
is.
behind.
And the
This
locals
really
are coming in here
isn't
to
looking
try and have another little go at these energy plants.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's going to be really painful. There's got no defense here against these. They're just letting them run wild throughout their base, taking out factories,
This is
taking
GG.
out resources. That's killed them.
This is it.
That
This
has
is GG.
absolutely slaughtered them.
That's GG. I'm sure.
That
Right.
is going to make it very difficult for them to come back. They are
They
now
do
at
have
half
an
their
advanced
economy.
fabricator here, but they are so far back right now. That is... They lost their T2 Naval. They lost most of their base. They lost all their air factories, basically. So as long as Blue win air back, Blue have the air game, then they'll have T2 Naval, which will bring out Kaijus and Leviathans and shenanigans. More Locusts. It's not looking good as a first round for
Interestingly enough,
Klops and Eladea.
Klops know they're building some locusts of their own here, but I'm not quite sure they know what they're going to be doing with them. Large raiding force of docks, again, taking out yet more eco when they get the chance to do so. I mean, they're just pushing on every single front with everything they've got, and they've made some really, really horrible plays against the poor Orange team, who have just been caught on the back foot every time. And they are forcing to react. This commander is exposed to locusts. He's got some turrets nearby, which we'll be able to see them off, I think.
Commanders are not a good target for Locusts. How many times must I tell you this?
Yes, I know, but still, commanders being damaged in general is a significant event in a game.
I don't think Locusts do enough, though. Certainly in small numbers, they just don't.
I know that the locusts are they attack based on the metal.
Locust versus Locust! Nom 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 nom. Oh.
Oh.
That was interesting.
That seems like a really unhealthy cycle to go through. They've called the GGs.
Yes, yeah. I
They're
mean,
just
I kind
big-
of saw that, but they had not. They got completely swamped.
Yeah,
It
it
seems
wasn't
like-
even one big event. It was just constant harassment, and they were not going to be able to come back from that.
It's gone. It also seemed as though, forgive me for making this, but it seemed as though Orange weren't really with that game. They didn't really seem to have a strategy. They were just sort of going through the motions.
But what we have now, the losers are able to choose the next map.
They are. Question is, will the losers win, or will the losers lose again? Going into round 2. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to the second in the best of 3 finals in Bad Bot Buddies, presented to you by ExodusEsports.com. I am WPMarshall, and I'm joined by TheWrongCat.
Good evening once again. We have here competing from a 0-1 disadvantage. The PAG team with Eladir and Klops. And they are currently fighting to stay in this tournament for a chance of winning that $150 to split between them. Currently in the lead, 1-0, is Kazipko and Admiral General, Team Cheese, who have won the last game through relentless attrition. Now, it will remain to be seen just how cheesy their strats are for this next game.
We already have a Combat Fabra and a Pelican going to build a teleporter around the back of the base, no doubt. Let's have a look at where it's moving to. It's moving to here.
You know, I said to you that how much cheese can you possibly have on this small of a moon? Well, I am prepared to be proved wrong. And it's just as well, really, because it looks like I'm about to be.
Going to be a... if they get their commander in there, this is going to catch Klops and Eladea so off guard. I think they're going to have no choice but to convert to insta-boombots and try and take out the commander that will, without a doubt, come through that teleporter. Kazipko or Admiral General will send their commander through that teleporter. And, to be honest, Eladea and Klops should be expecting this by now.
I don't quite know what to say about this. This is completely left of field. That Pelican... Oh, it's not a Pelican, it's a scout plane. I should have really been left there just to see what's coming around that teleporter.
The teleporter's complete.
What's
the other
through?
teleporter's complete. It'll be a commander, no doubt. Doop.
No doubt at all.
Doop 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 doop.
That bomber is desperately trying to take out that fabricator before he starts building and moving closer to that teleporter. The commander is through. They have put the commander through the teleporter already, building bot factories. Pelican has been spotted now. I don't quite know what they're going to do with him. What's he got? Has he got the combat fabricator there? He has.
Yeah, he's going to go and reclaim that fabricator. Look at him. He's only going to go and reclaim the...
That is disgraceful.
Why is it always in the finals that we get this silliness?
He built a mine underneath the fabricator.
Mine under the fabra. It's like... I'm going to start reclaiming you, and then I'm going to blow you up when I can't be bothered to reclaim you anymore.
That's fantastic. Okay, let's look at the two bases here. At the moment, PAG guys have got the economic advantage because they've not been messing around with fabricators on the front line. Oh my word. A steady expansion from both teams. No massive advantage or disadvantage just yet. So far, Blue blissfully unaware of the teleporter. However, they have scouted the bot factories.
They scouted the bot factories. They're kind of staring off with the fabricators down here. They're actually moving their own commander out with the boombots. Ooh, this is what I said. They would do that insta transition to boombots because they know that's going to be the most effective strategy.
This turret is going to be very important. Very important indeed.
The commander will kill the turret, and the boombots will come in and kill the commander. If this commander is not ready,
why are we having a commander duel within 5 minutes of a
T2 Why have we got T2 vehicles going up just behind him? So what is this? What is going on?
Oh,
here?
that commander is being very silly. The blue commander is really not playing this to his advantage. He's being taken out.
I think he was trying to get a shot off at that turret. He just needs an uber cannon, a well-placed uber cannon. That's all he needs.
At the moment, he's just sat there taking shots completely unnecessarily. What is he doing? He's lost
Where are the
half
boom
his
bots?
health.
Look
There's
at
no
those
need for
boom
this.
bots. There are so many boom bots there. Here they come. They need to go around the other
that
side.
Black, come on. The mines. The mines. Marshall, the mines.
The mines. The docks, they're moving away from the commander defense. There's actually
They're going
3,
to-
4 turrets there now. I'm sure this commander knows that there's going to be boom bots coming his way. He's turtling himself in so very hard.
At the moment,
Nice.
I'm going to just quickly check the rest of the map. Oh my word, look at the other base. This is all or nothing for the Team Cheese. This is exactly why this is why these strategies are cheesy and not commonplace.
How did that happen to the other base? I wasn't even paying attention.
They just walked in because they were paying so much attention down here that they didn't care about.
Look at this,
stuff happening in
double
their own
team.
base.
Double team. Look at this. And that T2 vehicles is going to produce shellers and vanguards. Or levelers even. Here come the boombots though.
This is a mistake. This
Oh,
was a mistake.
the boombots over the mines!
boombots went over the mines. The black team have really
Oh god,
overcommitted
that
this.
commander. He's taking a lot of turret
he is.
shots. Down to 16. The
Boombots
boombots
coming
need...
in.
No! No, ooh, they're trying to skirt him away. They're like, okay, we're gonna push you away.
The blue commanders are really playing this badly.
This is very
Oh, the
very
boombots-
risky
the
for these
boombots
boom
coming in.
commanders. Can they do it?
The docks need to save him. The docks have saved him.
No, those blue commanders just did an all or nothing strat, and it turned to nothing.
Oh no!
They just thrown the game
How
and the
have
tournament.
they thrown this? They've thrown the
They
tournament.
just threw
They've thrown
it.
away $100.
Look at this. A commander can't even shoot them.
What is this?
What?
This is the most ridiculous final I have ever seen. That blue commander has nothing. He's on 4% health.
What just happened?
The boombots are just waiting for an opportunity to go in there and take off that last 4%. All it takes is for one of those boombots to get in there. That blue commander is toast.
I cannot wait for chat to catch up on that. Like, we thought that comm snipe at the end was gonna be the game. Like,
All it takes is one boombot to get in there and waste that commander. Pag can still... Thing is, Pag, if you look, have now fallen behind on eco. Black aren't even bothering to expand right now because they're floating.
they need
so
to get
hard.
that commander through the teleport. They're trying to get him through the teleport using the push. He's away. Is he?
They've done what
He's-
they need to do. They've done what they need to do. All it takes is a slight gust of wind, and that blue commander's just going to topple over.
Yeah. The blue team really need to heal him up. They need to get some combat fabs out. They need to heal him up now.
They've now realised that they actually just need to get a snipe in. They're
And the
realising
T2
this.
vehicles that you just pinged in the black base. Oh, there's...
Those docks can finish this. Those docks can finish this game. They need to just charge in there and get that commander. They don't know where he is, do they? No. They don't know that the commander's just sat there.
Here they go. Ooh. Oh my god. How could Pag have
All
thrown
it takes
that?
is one wayward shot and he's history. They found him. He's on the screens. They've got him scouted. They're going to charge
dear.
him. They got him. All it takes is one wayward shot to get that commander.
It's going to take more than that from docks. They don't do as much as 4% in a shot. Oh my goodness, but I am actually speechless right now.
What are they going to snipe him with? Oh, you know what? Pag can still do this. If Pag play well, defend that commander, heal him up. They've not lost this altogether. They've been set back massively, and they need to deal with that teleporter pronto. But they're not been completely eradicated from this yet. They still have the chance, a slim chance, to pull this back. But they have no margin for error whatsoever. They cannot make a single mistake this game.
They need to finish off this black base right here, right now. They need to kill this teleporter, stem the flow of units,
Which they will do.
and get back on track with the expansion and the raiding. They can still turn this around, but they have to get that commander safe. With a 4% health, he is not safe, not even from an easy one pass. They need to heal him up so
I'll be
quickly.
surprised. I'll be surprised if Black just doesn't go ahead and just build a load of air now and try and bomb him.
Chat just caught up with the mine.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my word. Well, okay, they've dealt with the base. The base has been dealt with now, and
Now they need...
Pag now need to sit and lick their wounds a bit and come up with a strategy. They can come back from this. This is
They
not
can.
over.
This
If you look,
This is still
actually,
salvageable.
the Black Commander took a fair chunk of damage whilst they were busy doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So this is not completely beyond salvage. They still have their T2 factory.
Look at
They
the
still
armies. Pag actually have the upper hand on the army count here.
They will do because Black just committed absolutely everything they had to that assault, and it's granted it's paid off massively for them, but they were not able to deliver that final blow.
Finally getting healed up. He's on 5% now. Oh, they stopped healing him.
It's a very expensive thing to do. What they need is just to leave one fabricator
or something. Yeah.
Now, the thing is, Pag can still. I don't want to rule them out. I just don't want to. I mean, as much as I would love to end this in 2 games rather than 3, I still think that Pag have got an opportunity here.
They do. I mean, look at this docks and sparks trading in the middle. Look at this trading in the middle.
Yeah.
That was not great for them. And there's levelers there as well. And the T2 vehicles has just been finished. Though actually there's a second one now from the black team. But
the eco's massively in their favour right now. They're expanding. They are doing everything right.
I mean, this is the thing with the top level play. They are just so adaptable, and they instantly know what they need to do, and they get on with it. They don't go, "Oh, we're gonna lose," like I would do if this was me. I was like, "Oh, that's it, GG." I just.
But they're not. They're not like that.
They're not like that. They want $150.
Yeah, if you're playing for 150 versus 50, if they've got smarts about them, they will put one fabricator to heal that commander.
Oh, this is not a great confrontation over the edge of a crater. Against sparks. Oh no!
Not that many sparks, to be fair, and they've
turned
won
away.
it.
Yeah. Look at this commander. He's actually quite exposed against a leveler force that could potentially come his way. But then again, at the same time over here, we've got Infernos, Docks, and Ents coming in that could potentially do a whole bunch of damage. This game is far from over.
It's not over. This is not over.
Right, so having established that it's not over, let's not repeat ourselves anymore. The air game is squarely in Pag's court right now.
It is indeed, and that they know that commander is. They've just scouted him with those planes, so they've got a target to aim for. And this force is now coming in here. I'm not sure. Are they going to sweep through? Are they going to take the resources? Or are they going to take out the production?
Surely the production. Surely. They're going to try and find the T2 vehicles factory, and they'll try and go for that.
From our perspective as casters, looking at what's being used at the moment versus what's available, at the moment the best thing to be doing would be taking out their resources. They don't know that, of course.
Yeah.
What they are doing now is denying those metal extractors, and hopefully they can take out some energy while they're there.
What is this? Go in the chronocam for a second. Just like very, very briefly, there was a leveler trying to kill a docks, and it wasn't happening. Anyway,
I think we found their weakness.
Yes.
Point blank range.
Back in real time, as the forces of Pag actually encroach in this base.
And Black are not including any AA in their unit composition again.
Indeed. Factories going down, a bit of eco going down as well.
Wow, Blue are storming into the lead here from eco-wise.
Yeah.
And they're putting that to
leveler
good use.
drop.
They are repairing their commander.
Leveler drop in Pelicans. They're trying to use Pag's own strat against them to drop a bunch of levelers on a commander's face. I don't think the levelers are quite good.
Levelers, I would say vanguards. Vanguards are good for that. A vanguard would be great right now for that commander. He's being healed.
No, they're sending a fabricator as well. I think they're going to try and take their proxy cheese strats again. No way.
No.
It can't happen. They can't let this happen again.
Surely they don't think they'll be
Oh, there we
stupid
go.
enough to let them do it twice.
They're doing
Surely
it in the
not.
middle.
Okay, that works.
Could have been better.
Yeah, but
Disappointing.
they avoided the Air Force, which was the sensible thing to do.
Yeah. The Air Force from PAG is now the main force in this game right now.
And wisely so. They've learned their mistake the first. Well, there wasn't really a mistake the first time. There was nothing much they could have done about that. That commander's now back up to more than half of his health. This is ridiculous. They came within a hair's breadth of just losing this game, and now look at this. They've come back. They've got nearly double their eco.
Oh my goodness, the chat's caught up. New meta! Oh my goodness. And,
This is absolutely incredible. I'm still struggling. Okay, let's take a step back and look at what's happening here in terms of expansion. Black are not expanding. I think Black still think that commander's on 4%. They're still going for snipes. They're still
look at
playing for a
PAG's
short game.
commander.
Yeah, he's back at nearly full health. Black don't know that. Black still think they are dealing with a crippled commander. So they are building
They may
four
not
snipes.
they may try and assume that, but they may be planning for the eventuality that that may not be the case, because of course this is PAG. They're not going to leave their commander on 4% when it's 150. I think one may assume that they have a good idea that the commander is returned to vitality at this point. But anyway,
Well,
expansions.
They're not expanding at the moment. It looks to me like the Black are still playing the short game, whereas that, they've got all of these, and Black aren't contesting them. Black can't contest them. They haven't got the units.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this map. This is GG. This is GG. There's no way Black can come back from this. They're outside of snipe territory now.
They don't. Well, they still have two commanders. They still have T2 production.
Yep.
They
But look at
s-
the units. They just don't have them.
But they can get them. All they need to do is realise that they can get T2 up in their base and get a whole bunch of T1 factories. Their big contention right now is the air game. They need to get back into the air game so that they can do those drops and do those silly cheese snipe strats that we all condemn so vehemently.
Oh, wow. But look, now you got PAG now raiding the only expansion that Black has been able to hold on to so far this game. And they're keeping them well penned down. They've got double their economy. And they're continuing to expand and build. They've only got one tier 2 factory still, whereas Black does have two. But now they need to start building some stuff on the front line. This is a large force coming up through here. There's another one
Black
coming through
will
here.
have to respond to it.
They've got one on each side. They're being sandwiched. They're being pincered.
I mean, this is the issue right now, because Black are very much on the defensive, and not only that, but they're also entombed almost.
They are. This is exactly the situation which PAG found themselves in the last game.
But having a look at how Black could come back from this, they need to get some bombers out, they need to get them out pronto, just in order to defend themselves. They're trying to get up mines so very quickly, but there's a combat fabricator in the mix. They can see the mines going up, they can kill the mines. As long as that combat fab survives, it's dead.
It's dead.
They can't see the mines
But
anymore.
they know roughly where the mines are from
Yeah.
memory, hopefully. So they'll hopefully just be wise enough to go around them and not get
Yes.
involved. We can but dream.
I can but dream. But look at all the air factories that are being built by Black. They're desperately trying to get into the air game. And look at all the air fabricators as well. What?
There's a mob. That's just begging to be shot at. A single fighter plane running past all that would get them all. That's their last ditch hope expansion. They know that they need to expand. They know they need to expand quickly, and they're using those to do it. It's risky.
If they can get the expansion though, that'll pay off
Exactly,
big
that's
time,
it.
because that's how you get the golf ball super duper quickly. But they've just run into a fabricators of the enemy team. If PAG are paying attention, yes they are. Here comes the hummingbirds. Oh dear. Rest
That's
in
it.
peace.
Gone. That was it. It was highly risky. They got a couple of extractors built, but that was it. And now they're going to trade poorly with these fighters again from blue. And now we've got the blue forces pushing in
Coming into the base.
the black base. On several sides, 3 sides, forces moving in. Commander
This is
exposed
commendable.
here. I can't believe we're seeing this. I cannot believe, after what we saw, Pag down 1 commander. The second commander had the 4% health that we would see no less than 10 minutes later. This complete change around, comeback of the century. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a comeback quite so thorough as this.
It's not over yet. I still think that Kazipko and Admiral General are still in this game. They are very far behind, but I think they can, if they can hold off long enough and get that expansion going and raid, then they can pull it back. The issue is right now,
that's
what
a
do they
big
raid
if.
with?
At the moment, the people doing the raiding are the Pag guys. They are constantly scouting and finding all the expansions and shutting them down, and that is what Black is currently failing to do, because they're spending all of their resources defending their base, because Pag are piling on the pressure. They're scouting around with their planes, trying to find the Black commanders so that they know where best to send their troops. Scouting, as always, critically important, and Pag doing it to great effect. We now have another raiding force coming in here, and they know this commander is here because they scouted him no less than a minute ago. This force is coming in here for a commander kill, no less.
Yeah. Those docks are deciding whether or not they try and defend this commander.
That's not really a decision, is it? They've got to. They ought to, at least.
Well, they won't kill off the vehicles. Because if you look at the relative numbers of docks...
Commander has now been spotted.
They're pulling back to make sure that the levelers can come in to defend. That's a better decision.
That is wise. The commander's now pushing through onto the front line. He's going to try and get his Uber cannon involved. Not that he really needs to be honest.
Look at that in the back. Oh, I'm loving the irony there.
Oh, that is delicious.
That is
That
very...
is absolutely delicious. Did they finish it? They're completing it now. Those levelers, though, I think
they're not gonna finish it, unfortunately.
that would have been so
That would have been
good.
so good.
Hold on. Okay.
Oh.
I was hopeful. That's quite funny, though.
I had the audacity to attempt.
Only Pag would try and use that against them.
That was great.
Okay, so what have Pag got in the bag? They've got 1 advanced vehicle factory, 2 advanced vehicle factory. I'm not seeing any big decisive game enders being built anywhere. Can you see any?
No. That is a confirmed no.
Okay.
I think at this point Pag are just trying to capitalise on their eco.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
But
that's all
again,
they really can do. They just
this
want to
isn't-
try and push through. It is kind of amazing that they do have the ability to hold off for this long, despite the discrepancy
Again,
in
this is
economy and
another
production.
very similar to Berg. This is a map which makes the last push very difficult and decisive. You have to push your entire force through a choke point.
There's your
which is
game
well
ender.
defended. Yeah?
I see a nuke going up in Kazipko's base. Blue have seen it. They've pinged it. They're saying, "What is this?" I'm sure they're saying, "They're building a loot launcher."
Well, I mean, it's a last-ditch effort. It's very poorly placed. It's not well defended.
And an enemy comm has just been snip indeed by levelers and shellers.
He was very exposed.
He was. He was just wandering around, sighting
Where's
the
number
seas,
2?
seeing the sights.
Where's the other commander? There he is. That was actually their full health commander that popped.
Yep. He ran off into the sunset for no apparent reason.
I think perhaps they've sort of conceded this one. Don't forget, they are 1 game ahead. So they have the ability to sort of look at this game and think, nah, let's do the next one. And now they're going to get to choose the planet to play on.
Yeah.
Although purple just charging through into that base now. I don't know, that nuke launch is going to get finished, but I don't think they're going to get a nuke in there.
They're not going to get the nuke, surely.
Not without a real effort.
Well, if they pause all the rest of their production, which seemingly they have done, then theoretically they could? Surely
I don't know. No, surely they won't allow them to get a nuke off.
It's 10%.
They've pinged it, they know.
11, 12, 13.
They must have something in the bag.
The mine defences, no, the mines have been overrun. There's nothing left to defend against this.
That stream of units will get to that nuke before it goes off.
Maybe not. They're out of power. GG.
Yeah. And they're not going to be getting any more anytime soon. That swarm of units is not doing anything good for their economy, I can guarantee you that.
And the commander's on full health anyway, so even if they do manage to hit that nuke, the commander will survive.
What a game.
You're right, WrongCat.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm absolutely fine.
Need to go to bed.
I've not been casting for nearly 5 hours straight or anything. Oh come on! I really wanted them to get that nuke off, but I just can't see it happening. Not with that eco. Not with 9. No, that's not even 9. That's 6k energy coming in. That's all they've got.
I wonder whether PAG are saying, yeah, shoot the nuke. We're still going to beat you.
I think that might even be it.
I think there's a little bit of BM going on here, perhaps.
Perhaps there is. I mean, their commander is now back on full health, so he can actually take a nuke to the face and walk off.
Here come a bunch of bombers.
Thinking
better of it.
Let's look at this map controlled by Blue.
Look at this air. Oh
look how much
God.
of the map is owned now by PAG.
In against. What are they trying to do with that air? Finish off the comm. Come on. Come on.
No, they're toying with them. They're doing this deliberately. They're avoiding killing the commander. They know exactly where he is, and they're taking great pains to not kill him.
There we go.
Hashtag multipass.
Multipass. It is. Or is it? No nuke for you.
Wow.
That was that game.
I quite like this map actually. Again, it's very heavy on naval dominance, and I'd be interested to see whether any lessons
PAG will have
were
learned their lessons. Yeah, exactly. I think PAG are going to go much heavier into the naval this time. It could cost them by neglecting the land, but we'll have to see. So, welcome everybody to the grand final in the Bad Bot Buddies tournament by ExodusEsports.com. In this game, we have Kazipko and Admiral General from Team Cheese and Puns fighting for $150 for the first place prize. Meanwhile, PAG, Eladea and PAG Klops on the South Pole in pink, representing The Team, are also fighting for that same prize. All these players have gone so hard just to get here, and it's going to be really fun to see how the conclusion pans out. I am the Marshal, and I am Marshall, and I'm joined by the
WrongCats. Yes, excellent. Now, looking at these strats here, we can see that the Cheese team have gone for a very heavily aquatic build, already seeing some fabrication ships going out, getting that early expansion in, and again, fairly heavy expansion into the water from PAG. Now, in the last game, PAG neglected the water a little bit. They were focusing on the land. They learned their lessons from last time, I think, and they are looking to expand a lot further out to sea than they were before, where they were sort of restricting themselves to the little starting cove. We're seeing some nice early piranhas coming out as well, wiggling their way through, going out to do some scouting. The Dachshund of the Sea taking part once again. At the moment on the land, we can see some fairly standard economic expansion there. Bot fabricators out nice and fast, trying to get as much metal as they can.
Look at this. Who's shelling the coastline with the piranha?
Look at the wiggle on those things.
The wiggle is real.
Wiggle, 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 yeah. I'm not seeing any vehicle factories being
Fantastic.
built by. There's a vehicle factory here by Team. In fact, they're building several vehicle factories. Oh, those air factories. Those, of course, are able to produce drifters, which are an amphibious unit. From the bot factories, the docks are their amphibious unit of choice. They go under the water rather than over it. Both of which have their advantages and disadvantages.
Docks can't shoot while in the water, it should be noted.
Exactly. Very aggressive play here by the purple team, saying, no, sorry, you can't expand that far ahead. Those docks just cascading through, and PAG don't have that much of a presence on the land militarily. They do have an ant on the front line, though, and ants, of course, do count for several docks, because they have that much more armor and damage output.
What is interesting is that they've got those fabricators on the front line, and with that military, with those tanks, they'll be able to push forward and sort of bolster their forward push. So with those fabricators, I'll expect to see maybe a pelter, probably some point defense and some galata, just to secure their gained ground, just like the blue team are doing with their own fabricators there. Unfortunately, the bot fabricators moving into the range of the aggressors. And as such, their lives were cut short.
I can prove to you that PAG have learnt their lessons from the last game they played in this map, because now they are the ones storming into the lead, building that advanced ship factory.
Indeed.
Whereas that is the same tactic that was employed against them to great effect last time, so they've taken that on board and learnt from it. However, very quickly followed by the cheesy team also going for advanced naval. Now, on a map that's this heavily influenced by your naval play, you cannot neglect it. And indeed, we've seen a lot of fighting on the rear of the planet. Unfortunately, though, most of it in the favour of Team Cheese. And most of the naval vessels constructed by the PAG team have in fact been destroyed on this far side of the world.
Yeah, I mean, naval is kind of a long, arduous process. So you're not going to see necessarily any clear victors, especially considering that, you know, both teams are pretty on the ball when it comes to their T2. Pink team have already got their fabricator out. Expect to see some Leviathans coming out thereafter. Maybe some Kaijus, but most likely Leviathans, given the landscape here. Possibly some Krakens, but I can't see anything other than Leviathans really coming out. But again, as I say, naval is such a long, arduous process. It's about pushing forward over time. It's about focusing, and it's actually a surprising amount of micro in naval, I find.
Not surprising at all. It's very, very micro intensive, because you've got, particularly with, say, for example, your battleships, you've got to make sure those have got themselves an angle where all of their guns can fire, even. That's the sort of level of micro you're talking about.
Yes.
It's a lot more intensive than anything that happens on the land. And at the moment, I'm still seeing that the Pinks just are not able to secure any sort of stronghold out at sea whatsoever. Purple have got this place on lockdown.
Well, there's still a lot left to play for. It's not like the whole sea is on lockdown. It feels as though any attack that Pink has gone out for has been shut down, yes, but the whole ocean is far from locked down. I think if Pink find that they actually find a strategy that they want to employ, I think this was the issue with the last time they were on this map. They didn't seem to have a strategy. They didn't have a goal or a purpose for what they were building. They were just sort of going through the motions. And kind of the same on a couple of, on what was it, Frozen Oreo Yogurt in the first of this final series, because,
Yes.
you know, I don't know, I think they're less accustomed to larger planets, and they're less accustomed to naval on larger planets. I don't know how much they've practiced on things like Amplus maps, or maps like that, but there's just... It's a very different game when you have to mix naval and land in the same map.
Now, I was actually just about to criticize Pink for building kaijus, thinking, oh, what are they doing? There's not really that much land to play for here. They're not much good. But actually, looking at the amount of submarines that Purple Player have, and the amount of torpedo launchers that they have, they've actually proven to be a very strong choice. But then the Kraken came out and has just completely eradicated any argument. What are you doing building kaijus? Stop building kaijus. That's exactly what I was going to say in the first place, but I thought I'd proved myself wrong. The Krakens are absolutely brutal against Kaijus. They have no defense against them whatsoever. Oh wow, that commander's a bit exposed as well. I'm not sure if he realises just how the threat is nearby to him. I don't think they know he's there either, thankfully for him.
So I was just looking in chat and seeing what was being caught up, but I mean that Kraken is actually dangerously close to that commander.
Yes. But
I don't know how good Krakens are against commanders. I would imagine pretty damn effective.
I'd be surprised if they weren't.
Because you just don't see them much.
I've never ever seen a Kraken used in
I mean, just look
play.
at how quick it. Well, I suppose that was probably the Barracudas rather than the Kraken, but still. Here's the scout. They're going to say, "Ooh, there's the comm. Let's see the submarines. Maybe the Kraken pull in." Yeah, is it turning that corner?
Yeah, maybe. No, not happening. Those Kaijus are going to be absolutely molested, though.
Yeah, oh my god. Look at the damage!
That is disgraceful.
Look at that damage! And the naval factory as well. They need to deal with that Kraken.
They've got
need
nothing
to get
They've
the
got
submarines
nothing for
out.
this.
Well, they have got a few submarines there. The Barracudas, they just need to get them out on the front lines. Don't answer it with your commander, please. No, please.
The commander's under the water, though.
Oh, they killed it.
The commander is under the water. Actually, that's a good point. So that actually the Kraken is not good for killing commanders because the commander is under the water. If he was on the land, yes, but he's got torpedoes.
He's sticking out of the... No, but the point is the Kraken can deal a lot of damage to that commander if it attacked him, I think.
I've never seen a Kraken used in competitive play before. Serious.
Yeah, no,
that was great to see.
But naval aside, the eco game is afloat.
No, none of this. But very much in control are the purple team. They've got the eco expansion first of all, and they've also made a very good job of consolidating their eco by building advanced metal extractors everywhere possible.
And they're doing a good bit of raiding as well. Looking at the eco disparity, they're 10k power ahead and almost 100k metal ahead. That's going to pay dividends for them in the long run, especially in terms of the naval game. Look, more Barracudas coming in. We do have some Krakens.
Barracudas versus Krakens.
Ooh.
Interesting choice.
We do have the torpedo launchers there, though, from the advanced naval fabricator that doesn't exactly want to die to Barracudas at this point. But the Kaijus,
quite understandable, really. Kaijus are being used to great effect against those torpedo launchers, though. I was really skeptical, but having seen what they can do to a torpedo launcher, which obviously can't fight back because there's nothing underneath the water for the torpedo to hit.
Under the sea, there is nothing for you to see. See? See?
I'm not Spanish.
Nor me. Anyway, moving on. So the Kaiju coming back onto the land now. It's like, whoa, I don't really like it out here. But it's coming in to fight against orcas and pelters. That's not ideal, is it?
No, he's not having a fun day. The Kaijus are absolutely devastating things, though. I mean, when you get them onto the land...
Look at that micro of that Kaiju against the pelter. Oh, he didn't quite manage it that time.
No, I didn't quite manage it that time, no. But
it was pretty impressive before, like, out-microing a pelter with the
There's no real decisive advantage here. You've got a lovely little World War I style standoff here. Both sides just sort of like, nah, we're going to have a little line here.
Blue can push in there. They really can.
But they might not know that. And they can't push in too far. It's mostly bots. In fact, mostly? Nearly exclusively bots.
Yeah, but Sparks are okay against vehicles, actually, because they can survive a hit or two.
Oh, they've got the combat fabricator there repairing any damage done to the turret.
Oh, look at that.
That is horrible.
Oh, it's gone off the turret for some apparent reason. There we go. Wow. Oh, the Kraken's in range of some of the stuff on land now. This is going to be really painful for Blue.
The commander's coming out to deal with him, though.
Oh, that's not good.
The commander really can hurt Krakens quite a lot. That advanced factory is going down.
The torpedo launchers, though. Whoa. The Kraken's not going to survive that, unfortunately, is it? No, there's a second torpedo launcher in the cove.
Drat.
The Kaiju's coming in from the other side. Oh, Slammer's behind him though. We didn't see that. There's T2 bots out from blue completed. That's what they've been doing with that. The Slammers are there.
Great.
How did the Slammers kill the Kaiju if it can't be affected by torpedo launchers?
The
I call
guns?
BS. No, when the Slammers are underwater, they fire torpedoes. They don't fire their
Yes,
guns.
but maybe they were on land when they shot it.
The Kaiju was on water when it died.
I've no idea.
Anyway,
It's dead. It's fine.
dead. Yeah. You're talking about
But it's
Kaiju's
okay.
taking out torpedo launchers. Look at this.
Let's have a look.
That's
Oh
glorious.
wow, that is devastating. So not only do they have those two large main guns, they've also got these two smaller secondary guns which come into play when they get close enough.
Oh, we
That
have
must be
a big
upsetting.
fight on the front. We have the Battle of
here
the
we
Somme
go.
over here.
That's perfect analogy, actually. Oh, the sparks! Look at those.
Like I said, sparks are actually pretty good against vehicles when you get them in a large
And
enough
that
number.
is actually very problematic. But they don't have a defense for this. If they get through much further
They're
than
trying
this,
to
they're
rush
going
up
to...
T2 bots. The Kaijus are kind of there to be able to deal with
The
this.
Kaijus will actually do a fairly good job of defending, but still, this is going to be a setback, which really the pad guys could do without losing this eco.
Yeah.
They could very much do without losing this energy as well.
Oh yeah.
That is quite devastating. They've lost any ability to really make a proper comeback on the land as well. They're being massively outproduced here. They won't be able to take control of the island entirely though, so I'm not quite sure to what end they were trying to push that
Look
advantage.
at that army tab. That is worryingly in favour of Kazipko and Admiral General. Look at that. 170 units to 58.
That just
31 Fabbers to 9. 25 factories to 13.
That just adds numbers to what we can already see with our eyes.
Yeah. It's
not looking good.
not looking
for the pad
good
guys.
for the team.
This, and you know what? As I said, there are no predictions. Nobody in their predictions had put the Cheese team as the winning team for this tournament. Not a single one. So it'll be a turnout for the books, and everyone will be wrong. And my sweepstake will be all for nothing.
Pings, ping, ping,
I mean,
ping,
what?
ping, pings. Purple saying, maybe we should just push here.
And then Pink saying, no. Actually, those Kaijus,
Yeah.
in all seriousness, can pretty much undo all of the hard work here by Purple.
It's blue, by the way. It's not
Purpley
purple.
blue.
It's
Blurple.
it sounds like something a baby does when it's had too much to eat.
What a blurple.
Purple.
Now, there are no scouts, by the way. These Kaijus, we established that hovery things can still be hit by mines. Or did we?
We established that drifters could, but I think kaijus
I don't
are
think-
a bit bigger than drifters.
I don't think that Kaijus are going to be immune to those at all.
Oh, no.
No, they are
they
not.
are not. Well, you learn something new every day. Oh my god, the mines!
That is really unfortunate.
Oh, we see
actually.
locusts coming out from blue now.
Oh dear.
Kaiju's pushing in
This
on the torpedo
is
launcher
looking
defences from the other
really-
side. Oh
This
dear.
is looking so precarious for the pad guys.
I think Pag have got a long way to go to pull this back now. They've got their own locusts actually. What are they going to do with those? But look at the expansion on this side of the map. Look at that economy.
Yeah. That's it.
650.
Pag have been neglecting
250.
this. They've been neglecting all of their expansion. That's what's cost them. And I think, by
It'll
and
cost
large,
them the
it's going to
game.
have cost them the game, yeah.
Yeah. Their
can't
kaiju
see-
force is dead.
They're
All they
penned in
have left
again.
are barracudas and krakens.
Yeah, they are very much penned in here. Let's see. What's the tool they're going to use to crack this with then? Remember last time I said this, there was some sort of there was an upset after I said this last time. So by me saying this, hopefully, Pag will pull their finger out and pull something amazing out.
No, there's... Oh wow, Kraken's the ideal answer to locusts, it would seem.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me. Oh, it has got those two secondaries on the side, which do a good job, I'd imagine, of killing off the locusts.
No, krakens, not kaijus. The way they just have those hailfire missiles that are guided, that are seeking. Oh my goodness!
They seem really powerful. I'm surprised I've not seen more of those.
They're really squishy.
The locusts are coming in now, but they came in the range of a kraken.
Oh, there's the T2.
Oh no! There's all of the eco. That is painful.
Don't go to the P-gens, please. Oh gosh.
That is just nasty. There's a commander there, but yeah, we don't like commanders. Commanders don't taste good.
There's one locust left, hiding behind some wreckage. What's he gonna do?
Chill there for a bit until the commander shoots through that wreckage to get to him. Meantime, here come the krakens on the sea, and this is the end for PAG. As the blue team slowly drag their carcass through the shallow water.
GG's are called, cementing Cheese and Puns victory. Kazipko and Admiral General win $150 to share a piece between them. And Pag Elidea and Pag Klops gain second place with The Team sharing $50 between them. Fantastic tournament. That was really amazing.
Really
games.
Exceptional. That was a nice sedate last game after the manic couple of finals that we've had before this one.